Inside this box here, I have the new Inmotion V12 High Torque finally arrived, yeah! And what is my thoughts about this electric unicycle next to its older brother, the Inmotion V12 High Speed that I also helped to develop, and I've been riding basically almost every single day with this one. What is my thoughts? Is it possible that this one is an improvement compared to the older brother? Let's open the box because I can't wait more. If you want to know everything about it, stay tuned until the end of the video. Hi everyone, Marcus here from MADpack, and if you love ECs, PEVs and everything that have an E of electricity, this is the place for you. And today we are going to finally open the V12 High Torque that they sent to me on the 23rd of March, but man, it was stuck in Hong Kong for ages, but finally is here, and I'm really curious. We are going to also talk really about this tire. I have a big injury on my shoulder that I believe is never going to be the same anymore because of this tire. So when we was doing the prototype review, I also asked them that I wanted to see an off-road tire there, because in England there is a lot of mud, a lot of bad roads, and having an off-road tire will always be good. This is already open. Let's just turn this upside down. And by the way, thank you eRides and Inmotion to make this possible. I love electric unicycles. It's completely different when you are just doing the unboxing of your own electric unicycle, because this one is for me to keep. So the box seems to be exactly the same that we had on the other one. At least I remember to be more or less like this. In boxes, the box of the Inmotion V11 was the best of all. So we have here the user manual. It's in English, like I was already expecting, so nothing new for me. A sticker for the trolley handle explaining how to use it. And we have here the charger, exactly the same that we had previously. You can see that it's quite a big charger if you put next to my hand, okay? So just have that in mind. And they are quite slow, so this one is 2.3 amps, okay? So don't expect something to go quick. With this shoulder, it's definitely not the best. Come on. Let's just take this. The foam on this one is definitely good. So here we have the Inmotion V12 High Torque, and I'm going to put here next to it the Inmotion V12 High Speed. And I'm going to start just talking about the tire. And looking to it, it's a little bit less round, okay? But it's also very round, this tire, compared to the old one. And that has always been a concern that I had. Obviously, if you change for an off-road tire on the V12, if it's going to reduce the sensation of nimbleness that you have when you are riding this one, and why the V12 is, for me, one of the most interesting wheels on the market, because it's like a small toy, but super powerful, and it can manage to be in the middle of the traffic without a problem. Besides the tire, we are talking about the rim. It looks really nice. Mine came with some dents, but I believe because obviously this is a wheel that is just a test unit, so even if there is some defects, it's normal. But looking to the plastics, they seem exactly the same, and even looking to the light, it seems exactly the same. I'm curious if we try to turn them on, and let's just see if I feel that this light is brighter or not. But to be complete, we need to activate. So press connect app to activate. When you receive your electric unicycle, like you could see, it's locked. So you need to search for it to be able to connect and to come out of the... No, I connect the wrong one, because there are two Inmotion V12 and it's not saying that is the Inmotion V12 High Torque or whatever. So they have their own serial number if you want. So it's now connected. Activate your vehicle. After, he's going to ask you for putting a code, choosing an avatar for your account. You can choose a photo of your album. It's downloading. The screen is exactly the same. Obviously, I feel that is a little bit more sensitive because that one I have a layer of Gorilla Tape, because I was having some problems with the screen when it's raining. So I'm curious to see if this is better now. So we'll be able to check it out if now I don't have any issues with this one. That's it. It seems I can change the name. So MADpack, confirm. And now it's connected. It came with 50% of battery. I'm really impressed with this tire. I've been very scared of this one because Like I was explaining to you guys, I had a massive accident with the V12. And by the way, also in durability, this wheel is a tank. I didn't break the screen. I really damaged all this plastic here on the front, this crack here on the side. And that is another thing that obviously I would like to see if it's better. But first of all, I want to see if the lights and the button feels exactly the same that you have in there. They just change. They were really cool. Also, another thing that is slightly different in here is the screen. It's blue and not white. So yeah, definitely looks different, okay? So this one, the letters, they are in blue and the other ones are in white. So just a small thing, but you can't change everything. The screen is exactly the same that you'll find. And it's cool because I can put there my photo. All the features are exactly the same, seeing the temperatures, etc. Looking to it, and I'm just curious, looking to one and the other, the temperatures are very, very similar. The high torque, it seems that the temperature on the motor and the temperature on the IMU temperature is slightly higher, in about 2 to 3 degrees. So just have that in mind. But all the rest is the same, 89 volts, 24 degrees, 23, 24. So the board temperature is slightly different. Also, it's slightly higher on the high torque than compared to the high speed. And the CPU temperature is 30 degrees on this one. The CPU temperature on the high speed, we are talking about 33 degrees. So it's a little bit higher in there. But like I said, the IMU temperature and the motor temperature, they are slightly higher. So very similar now, 28, 29 on the high torque, 21, 23 on this one. And the batteries, they are very similar at this moment. This one is with 48%, this one is with 51%. Looking to the handle, and let's just do that now. When we look to the handle, let's see if the curvature is the same. They change slightly when we talk about the handle. When you was on the prototype, I didn't really like it. There were just one way that you could use it, and they are slightly different. So this one, you have the screws on the front. This one doesn't have, it just have 2 screws on the back, like on this one. So they changed slightly in there. So this is obviously a more recent version. This one is the first generation of the V12 High Speed. I need to check the volume because the volume here is much, much lower. Maybe it's just on the settings. So let's just have a look. Looking to the LEDs, they look exactly the same, so don't expect that the LEDs will be brighter. Also looking to the front lights, they are exactly the same, so also no changes in there. The front rubber feels, I'll say the same also. Slightly harder on the high torque, so I don't know if they have changed the density on there. It's very, very similar. And also, it's not that it's longer or something. So the protection that you will have there, it will be exactly the same. Looking to the pedals, they are exactly the same. The grip tape is exactly the same. Obviously, this one is being used quite a lot on my V12 High Speed, but don't expect to have any changes in there. I will be also interested if they've done some changes. No, all the same. All the screws are the same. Looking to the pads, they are exactly the same, so no changes also in there. The button also in here is the same, so I don't see a lot of difference between one and the other. The main things will be obviously the rim, that I have to say it feels quite reinforced compared to the other one, is much thicker. And when we talk about the tire, this one is a cordial tire. I never had this type of brand, so I don't know if it's going to run fast or not. I'm a bit disappointed with the lights. I would really like it that these plastics, they were transparent. It will not look as nice as this, but I don't care about that. I just want it to be visible, and it's not the problem of the LEDs. These LEDs are very bright, but unfortunately you are not going to have brighter lights on the Inmotion V12 High Torque. Now I'm just curious to see if the sound feels a little bit more punchy on the V12. Yeah, now it's connected to this one. I'm just curious to see if obviously you have more bass on this one than obviously on that one. And I know really well the Inmotion V12 High Speed. So let's... The sound quality is the same once again. We can see that there is not a lot of changes on this wheel. And I have already said that multiple times. If you are thinking about buying a wheel in 2022, I have to say that the V12 for me continued to be one of the most mature wheels that you have on the market. I'll say this one, and obviously I didn't test yet the Sherman Max. I hope that will be possible to happen. This wheel is basically an improvement of something that was already really good in 2020. Yes, I know you guys can talk about the motherboard issues. I've been riding it every single day with the original motherboard. I'm still waiting for mine, and I never had an issue with my Inmotion V12 High Speed. Obviously, we know that is a problem in there, but the way that I ride, I don't feel that that's really a problem. So that's why for me, it doesn't really matter. I don't think that I really need to change, but just for safety, I'm waiting for my new motherboard. I'm waiting for a new tire. I want exactly the same tire that I have in here. So I'm also waiting for that. I would love also to have this rim in this wheel, because it really feels really thick and it looks really nice. I'm just a bit sad that I have some dents on the other side, but like I said, this wheel is just a test unit, so it's normal. If they was producing this one and they damaged slightly in there, they was going to send me this one, because this doesn't go for one of you guys that are an end customer, because I'll be a bit upset to see that, but I doubt that that will happen to you. So just have that in mind. I'm going to change these pedals to put some honeycomb pedals, and also if you want to see this wheel when it's finished, I think you are going to really like, because it's coming new pads that I order. They are in orange like this wheel, so this wheel will look, I think, very classy with a seat. So also all in leather. So stay tuned for that, and it's coming some discounts for you guys. Also, by the way, it's something that I always complain quite a bit about the V12, and that also unfortunately continue the same. It's the mudguard. I feel that is not enough and all the dust is coming up, but we'll have to see how I feel with this one. If it's possible that I enjoy to ride with a high torque, and if it's really essential for me to have more initial power. Obviously, you can debate that thing. If you live in a city, I feel that the high speed is more than enough, but maybe that initial punch is quite relevant when you are in a very busy city, like for example, New York. So I'm curious to see if I can feel the difference when I go from here to here. And obviously, if you want to know a little bit more about what is going to be the full comparison of these two wheels, and that will be just related with how they feel and which one I will pick in the end. I think I'm not going to sell any of these ones, because it's simply my favorite wheel in 2020 until today. I know that I really like the Bigot Hero. So if you are curious about that, look to that other video that I've done about the Bigot Hero. That is, for me, now one of the best, and I don't think that the Master will compete with the Hero. And I know that is a bit controversial what I'm saying, but if you are like me and you live in a country that is constantly raining, the weather has been horrible. Now it's sunny, but it's been raining quite a lot today. The build construction, the waterproofing, that is really important, and for me that is like a main reason to choose between one electric unicycle to the other. And here we have the best waterproof in the market. Even if you don't have suspension, the wheel is very well balanced, and even when you get a hole, it's not a wheel that really throw you out, because also the way that it's built is super compact, but it's also heavy, okay? So you have here 29 kilos. That is also something that we can check just to have an idea if one is a little bit heavier than the other. So obviously we are in carpet, so it's not the best way to check the weight of a wheel, but this one, like I said, this is in carpet, so it's not giving me the right amount. But this one, even with power pads, we are with 22.8 kilos. So now let's just jump onto the Inmotion V12 High Torque. So this one, even without power pads, we are in 24 kilos. So 22.8 to 24 kilos. Obviously, this is not very accurate, because we are on a carpet, and if you want to take the weight, is not exactly the best, but is where I can do my videos at this moment. I'll be obviously doing the full review of the high torque. That is going to be very similar here. We are just going to focus more on the riding experience, because on the build construction and stuff like that, I have already said, so it doesn't make any sense to continue to cover that. but how it feels, definitely we'll be covering that really soon. And obviously I'll be doing the comparison and tell you in the end which one will I pick. And obviously in the end I'll let you know, depending on your needs, if you live in a city with a lot of hills, if I feel that is really necessary, and obviously if you are a heavy rider, which one you should purchase. But I think you already know, even without trying, I think that obviously if you are a heavy rider, the Inmotion V12 High Torque will be a better option. This is just my initial thoughts. If you have any questions, leave in the comments below. My name is Marco, this is MADpack. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment below, smash the thumbs up, do whatever you want, but always with a smile on your face. And I hope to see you in the next one.